The minimum wage in Ontario is going up to $17.60 per hour, and for a lot of older people, that might sound like a really good wage, but it's not. So let's talk about what the government is doing, what the minimum wage should be, and what we can do about that. When the minimum wage was introduced in North America, the idea behind it was that one person working a full-time job on minimum wage would be able to afford to survive with a family of four. That is obviously not the case now. So if we want the minimum wage to actually be what it was supposed to be, it needs to be a living wage. And the Ontario Living Wage Network points out that the current minimum wage is just not enough. There is not a single place in the province where you can work a full-time job at minimum wage and still be able to survive properly. And here's the thing, the Ford government has been doing a better job with the minimum wage increases because they've been tagging it to CPI, which means that minimum wage goes up every year in accordance to how much our costs are going up every year. The problem is that minimum wage was held down so low for so long that those increases still do not allow for people to survive, and also the CPI doesn't take into account everything that we have to do to survive in this province. The actual living wage in the GTA is $26 an hour, and by living wage, that basically means you can pay rent, pay for food, pay your bills, and have a little bit of money left over to actually stimulate the economy. We're talking being able to go out for a casual dinner and maybe go see a movie. Nothing big, nothing lavish. Just to have that, you need $26 an hour, and we are nowhere near close. And people like to think that the minimum wage is just for teenagers living with their parents, but it's not. The majority of people who are working minimum wage jobs are doing it as full-time work, and a lot of them come from underprivileged groups. And black workers, women, and newcomers are all overrepresented in the amount of people working minimum wage jobs. These are people with families, these are people with kids. They have to put food on the table so these kids can survive and go to school and learn and become good workers in our economy. If you are coming from this from a market perspective, if you believe that we need to raise people in our society to be good workers, we need to make sure that their parents can put food on the table so their brains can grow and so that they can live happy lives. But as it stands, the Ontario minimum wage ain't it. What do you think? Should we have the minimum wage at $26 an hour? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below.